friends, Jewel back with another super cool video. Let's talk about composite Mars in conjunct to Neptune today. So composite charts are midpoint charts, or the Davidson chart. It just depends on how you calculate it. And it shows the theme for two people in the relationship. So it's like the natal chart of the relationship itself. So when we have this particular aspect, well, it's important first to understand that Mars is the way a couple pursues their ambitions and what they are actively doing or engaged in, what they're putting their combined energy into. Mars also shows the combined aggression and sexuality of a couple. And Mars is strength. Neptune is passivity. Neptune is things that go on in the background. Mars is things that go on in the foreground, because we're talking about 1st and 12th house relationship between these planets. Neptune is also the combined fantasies and weaknesses, projections of the couple, the escapism and denial tendencies that two people will engage in. So this particular conjunction produces a super effect of weakening both partners through largely playing into their worst personal weaknesses, sometimes their addictions, their sensitivity issues. There's a great deal of dependency that can develop as a result of having this aspect, and guilt. Guilt comes into a relationship that has this particular inconjunction. There's this strong manipulative trance that both people very effortlessly fall into. The attraction and projection that wells up at the beginning of the relationship is overwhelming with this particular aspect. It seems like we have found the perfect sexual partner. Somebody who is the embodiment of our fantasies. So if there are hard aspects from one or both peoples, Moon or Venus, to Saturn or Neptune or Pluto, these outer planets, then we can see someone who's already struggling with some very painful issues. And this can show up strongly when we have this aspect in the composite chart. The personal fantasies that result from those hard aspects in the natal chart between Moon and Venus and those outer planets, Saturn, Neptune, or Pluto, the compensating patterns, personality factors that emerge, they come out like a torrent when we find this inconjunction in the relationship and just suck both people into the most damaging kind of dance. We can engage with some of the most painful aspects of each other with this particular inconjunction. The amount of misery that two people inflict on each other can be unreal. The dependency, the manipulation that also comes up is off the charts. The entire relationship is largely built on dealing with each other's weaknesses. Cheating is very common when we have this particular inconjunction, because the partner's self-esteem, both of them, suffer so badly with this aspect in play. They end up looking for some source of solace for that. We don't prop each other up with this aspect. We don't trust each other either. You have to be willing to let each other go if you are going to solve this aspect. You have to surrender your power to manipulate each other with your feelings, with your sexuality, with your guilt. You have to stop controlling each other through acting like you're not controlling each other. It's this extreme martyrdom that can come in with us. Or, look how good I am. I'm making this sacrifice for you. I'm so much better. It's guilt. It's the same dance. So you have to stop controlling each other through acting like you're not controlling each other. And you have to admit who you really are. This can be ultra scary with this particular aspect because we have put on such a good show that we are unsure if the relationship can handle the truth of us. Whether it can or not, you had better reveal yourselves as you are, or else you're just working on a ghost relationship if you're not. You have to allow yourself also to see the other one. You have to be willing to see the other person as they are. This is where clarity comes from. Oftentimes we don't know what to think or what to feel about the relationship. We don't know what's going on within it. We're confused. We don't know which way is up or down. It's very much like scuba diving and then losing sight of what's up and what's down and not having a sense of direction. We can dispel that confusion by acknowledging who we are really with and allowing them to see us too. So we pull ourselves out of that Neptunian dance, trance of, trying to appear one way and seeing the other another way, and we just get down to what's really happening. So there is a lot of hiding that we're doing, and a lot of hiding that we're doing when it comes to not really wanting to see or admit or fully come into full knowledge of what the other person, who they really are and what's really going on there. So it's an honesty problem between the two of us at its heart, and it's not until we can have the guts to say, okay, I'm gonna acknowledge what's there and I'm gonna reveal what's there, and whatever happens, happens. But it's as long as we're under this idea that we have to be something, or we have to only acknowledge some things in order to keep the relationship going. Well, what are you keeping going? It's a ghost relationship. You might as well work on a real relationship by seeing what's there. If it doesn't hold up to the truth, so be it. It's time to move on. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com, Facebook and Instagram at Truth and Aspect Astrology. Yes, I do private consultation. I'm mainly a relationship and intimacy astrologer, but I interpret all types of charts. And please find me on Patreon and support me over there so I can make more videos for you more often and can get my women's retreat going and have that as something that I can offer to the world as well. And I'll be back super soon with more super cool videos. Bye-bye.